all of your forwarding and freight shipping needs. We at Trin Forwarding International are committed to product delivery. At Trin Forwarding, we have the much needed experience, professionalism, and due diligence in freight forwarding, shipping, and cargoes. We deliver with timeliness and precision. You can reach out to us at our Caribbean office in Trinidad and Tobago, telephone number 868-624-6250, or our Florida USA office at 305-887-9725.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. We are very blessed to have with us in today's program Sister Shamena Khan from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Well, let me correct that. Western Florida here. Well, everyone throughout the world mostly know Pembroke Pines. Western is a city close by to Pembroke Pines here in South Florida. So welcome to the show, Sister Shamena.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Wonderful. To our viewers out there, Sister Shamena has a very interesting background, and we will be talking to her a little bit about her background, her career, and her project organization that she is the chairperson of, called the Pink Angels of Memorial. So stay tuned as we talk to Sister Shamena Khan on her background, her profession, her career, and whatever we can benefit from her and her experience that our viewers worldwide can benefit from, inshallah.
Alhikmat Services Florida USA invites you to join our tour from Miami to Turkey to Medina and Mecca plus Umrah and Ramadan, which is equivalent to the blessings of Hajj. It will be from March 1st, 2024 to March 14th, 2024, led by Shaikh Shafayat. Cost per person is double for $37.50, triple for $36.50, and quad for $35.50. This includes airfare, hotels, transportation, as well as breakfast and dinner plus tours. It will be 5 nights in Turkey, 3 nights in Medina, and 3 nights in Mecca, but the cost of visas are not included. You will be visiting historic sites of Artul and Osman plus the Ottoman Empire, as well as visiting the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, Topkapi Palace, plus many more sacred sites. For more information, please contact Alhikmat office at 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158. You can also email at alhikmat@alhikmat.com. Alhamdulillah, for free copies of the Holy Quran, contact Alhikmat Caribbean office at 1-868-325-8276. You can also follow us on Alhikmat TV, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. For more information, you can also contact Alhikmat's Florida USA office. You can visit our website at www.alhikmat.com or call us at 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158.
Allahu ya Allahu ya Allahu, His throne extends over the heaven.
It's savings and big discounts when you shop at Fens nationwide. Upgrade your home or treat yourself to something special. Enjoy store-wide savings on furniture, appliances, electronics, bedroom, and so much more when you shop at Fens of Marbella, Chaguanas, Pinal, and Piaco. Visit us in store for more information or call 650-FENS, that's 650-3367, or check us out on Facebook, Fens of Trinidad and Tobago, serving generations.
Sister Shamena, tell us a little bit. Well, first of all, again, thanks very much for taking the time to be on this show. However, for the benefit of our viewers worldwide, tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, how long now you're in America, you were born in America, came to America. In this way, our viewers are able to relate with our guests on the show.
Sure. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I was born in Guyana in a village that was, and I tell people I'm literally from the bushes, no indoor plumbing, dirt road, and out of that village came some incredible people. We came to the United States in 1978, and we started out in New York. Shortly after living in New York, my parents decided they wanted to raise their children, my brother and I, in South Florida. So we moved to Florida in 1979. So I grew up in Florida. I consider myself a Floridian. We've been part of the community. We watched, so many mosques being built. So I was raised around our Muslim community. I grew up here. I got married here. I've been married to my husband Irshad for 34 years. We have three incredible children: Ryan, 32, Sarah, 29, and Adam, 26, soon to be 27. I started out as a legal assistant in Fort Lauderdale, and quickly imagined myself owning my own business and not being employed by anyone. So an opportunity came along in 1997 where we were offered a business where we knew nothing about, but we took the chance and bought into it, and successfully ran it for about 22 years. And in 2019, the company notified us that they no longer needed our services because a computer was going to replace us, which is okay. It was time. It was time to retire. And
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, computer do replace people. So, we looked at it as more of a blessing, my husband and I, because we had aligned ourselves in a way that we didn't need the business anymore. So I made a commitment with my husband's support, because he supports everything I do, to give my life to service for at least the next 3 or 4 years. And things have happened to me, and I don't know if you want me to talk about my journey with cancer.
Well, we're gonna get into
right
that.
now?
We're gonna get into that
Okay.
because that's where
Yeah.
the motivation is, and I think that will be
Yes.
really phenomenal when people hear your background and how you went through this cancer journey, if I want to put it in those words. So, what business were you all involved in?
So we were licensees of American Airlines. We actually worked with the flight attendants. We did schedules for the flight attendants. It's kind of a niche area that most people think that a flight attendant shows up to work and serves peanuts and Coke on a flight and shows you, how to put a life jacket on and your seatbelts. But no, there's a world before you actually get there. We used to service the flight attendants. Everything is seniority based. They would have to bid for their schedules. And once they got awarded their schedule, we were like the middlemen that manipulated their schedule. If one wanted more work, we added work to them. If one didn't want to work, we took their schedules away from them. So we were licensees of American. We paid them to dial into their system. It was called Sabre, to access the flight attendant schedules. And then we manipulated it through the system to either take the flights away from them or give them more flights.
That is interesting. I never knew that you all were involved in that area.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So I suppose you still fly for free with American Airlines, do you?
Actually, no, because we were licensees, we didn't get the benefits. We were just independent contractors. What they did was they sold these licenses to people so that they didn't have to hire the staff to do what we did. So we technically save them millions every year in just employees, benefits, and whatnot. So it was a very unique, interesting business because none of the other airlines had the system. It was just American Airlines, and their system was fairly archaic, which benefited us until they decided to go to a web-based system and said, guys, we no longer need you. Goodbye.
That is interesting how American Airlines really sublet things and share responsibilities to different agencies. I suppose that's why they're so big. That's why they're such a large company, yeah?
Yeah.
They are the largest in
and it was-
America, isn't it?
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
I think
Delta,
so, yeah.
United, American, they're the three largest in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was one of those things where it accommodated the flight attendants. It benefited them. American Airlines didn't pay us to do the job. The flight attendants paid us directly. So it gave them more flexibility in their lives. They would just make a phone call in the beginning of the month and say, Shamina, I need this, this, and this. And I took care of it, and they paid me to do it.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
interesting. So what profession and what field is your husband into right now?
So my husband, both of us are retired. He actually manages, we have real estate, and he manages our properties. And he also plays the guitar. So he plays that, and he produces music and things like that. So that's what he does. And we both play a lot of tennis.
Wow, so you're keeping healthy. You're keeping
Yes,
really
yes,
healthy. And he's making a
yes.
lot of money with real estate here in Florida.
It's about planning. It's about not spending every dime you have when you're making it. It's about planning for the future. And, we made the income from the business. We supported our 3 kids, and we also invested in a way that we're able to have passive income now.
So do you guys play lawn tennis or table tennis?
Long.
Oh boy, and I tried that a couple of times. It's nice, but I couldn't handle the timings because it's in the afternoon and the night. The light gets a little complicated, but I don't know. I a couple of times I tried joining clubs to play lawn tennis, but my time and my schedule really couldn't work. Couldn't work.
It's one of those sports that you can do anytime and anywhere. I highly recommend, or even pickleball.
Yeah, but I love table tennis because I could fit anywhere, anytime, and play a game. But because that is so big and it takes such a big space, and you need to have somebody else. But I know it's healthier. When I used to play a little bit of lawn tennis here in Pembroke Pines in one of these recreation area, it really was healthy. But the thing is, you gotta either do it early in the morning or in the evening or in the night, and that's when my profession kicks in. In the morning got certain things to do, in the evening classes, lectures, programs. Oh Allah, and I've always suffered because of that. I stopped playing cricket because of that. I just the only sport that I can hold on to is table tennis because it's just a small place and you can just get a game here and there.
And you know what? It's a fast-paced sport. With the, as you call it, the long tennis. It's a fast-paced, and it's very like cardio driven, right? With the small tennis, you get your heart rate up. So play it, continue. At least you're moving. The important thing is you're moving.
Yes. No. But I love the lawn tennis. It's really pretty. It looks very elegant. It looks very superb. I love the whole stride about it. I think it's really nice. Anyhow, well, we got to go on a short break. We just wanted our viewers to know who is Shamina Khan, what you do, your background here in America. And now we're going to get to the real issue in the second episode after the short break on what happened with this whole cancer scenario, how you got cancer, when you got cancer, how you got rid of it, mashallah, and this whole organization that you are involved with as the chairperson. I think the Pink Angels of Memorial, the things that you do, the services that you all offer. I'm sure cancer patients out there or family members would be very interested in knowing about this, the Pink Angels of Memorial, and what services you all offer and how you help people who are also cancer patients out there. All right, so when we come back, we'll talk to you about that. To our viewers out there, please stay tuned when we come back. Very interesting. We got a very interesting lesson here, experience here from Sister Shamina Khan, who will share her experience and also share with us the services that they offer to cancer patients, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah gives hikmat, wisdom, to whomsoever He wills. And whomsoever is given wisdom is certainly given a lot of good. Only the people of understanding will benefit from the reminder. Tune in to Alhikmat TV for khutbahs, lectures, and Islamic reminders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
In the Quran, in chapter 5, verse 67, Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa illam taf'al, fama balagta risalatahu. Very deep. Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread the message of the Quran. And he told the Prophet, and if you do not spread the message, you did not fulfill the mission of the messenger. So you and I are followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we can afford one Quran, help us join in distributing the Quran. So if you can't afford one Quran, do it. $3. 10 Quran, $30. 100 Quran, $300.
Dawah and Interfaith Institute presents for the first time in USA Dawah and Interfaith training with education in world religions from religious professors and spiritual leaders of different faiths. This is a 6-month weekend course designed for brothers and sisters local, national, and international who are seeking to learn the importance of Dawah and better understanding of faith and cultures. For more information, please contact 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158. You can also contact via email at alhikmat@alhikmat.com or visit our website www.alhikmat.com. Alhikmat Services Florida USA invites you to join our tour from Miami to Turkey to Medina and Mecca plus Umrah and Ramadan, which is equivalent to the blessings of Hajj. It will be from March 1st, 2024 to March 14th, 2024, led by Shaikh Shafayat. Cost per person is double for $37.50, triple for $36.50, and quad for $35.50. This includes airfare, hotels, transportation, as well as breakfast and dinner plus tours. It will be 5 nights in Turkey, 3 nights in Medina, and 3 nights in Mecca, but the cost of visas are not included. You will be visiting historic sites of Artul and Osman plus the Ottoman Empire, as well as visiting the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, Topkapi Palace, plus many more sacred sites. For more information, please contact Alhikmat office at 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158. You could also email at alhikmat@alhikmat.com. Alhamdulillah, for free copies of the Holy Quran, contact Alhikmat Caribbean office at 1-868-325-8276. You can also follow us on Alhikmat TV, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. For more information, you can also contact Alhikmat's Florida USA office. You can visit our website at www.alhikmat.com or call us at 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158.
Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, His throne extends over the heavens.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. Once more, it is a pleasure, a blessing, and honor to have with us on today's show Sister Shamena Khan. Welcome back to the show, Sister Shamena.
Thank you.
Good. So as we were saying, and time just goes, so I want to let you use that opportunity to share with us this cancer story about yourself. When did it happen? How did you know? What were the symptoms? What were the signs? And then we're going to lead into how that led you to become a more dynamic community personality, where you use that cancer experience, which alhamdulillah has gone now, and use that a lesson and experience to share with other people, educate other people, and help other people. So let's start about you, when it happened and what happened.
So I am a 2-time cancer survivor. In 2009, I had a cough, and so did everybody in my house. And we just thought, seasonal, it's a flu, allergies, whatever. And everybody else's went away except mine. And one day I felt something on the left side of my neck. And I went to my doctor, And when she saw it, she felt it. She said, I think it's just it's just you strained a muscle while you were coughing. Nothing. We didn't think anything of it. And I just always have this like sense and intuition. And on November 14th, I said to my husband, I need to go to the ER because I just don't feel right. And he took me to the ER. The doctor looked at it and he goes, you know what, let's do a scan. And they did a scan, and I will never forget. I was laying in the on the bed in the emergency room, and he said, just real casually, with no empathy or compassion, says to me, we think you might have lymphoma. And it didn't click because I had never heard of lymphoma. My husband knew because he was an ultrasound tech at one time. So he knew, he was familiar. And I just saw his face change and he just started shaking. And I said, what is lymphoma? And then they told me it was a blood cancer. I was knocked to my knees. Those are words that you never want to hear. Especially I was active. I ate right. I wasn't obese. I was just, I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. And I did everything we're told to do to be healthy. I called my brother and we started talking about a plan and what we needed to do. And the doctors decided that they were going to do what's called an excisional biopsy to really check to see what this thing was. And it turned out it was follicular non-Hodgkin lymphoma, and it was a low grade. So with my brother being in the medical field, and I have a lot of cousins in the medical field, they all called in their friends to see what was the best course of action. I had what they call a low grade, but it was a stage 4, which was above and below my diaphragm. But with lymphoma, I've learned it's not the staging, it's the phase that really determines survival and treatment. They did bone marrow test. I didn't have it in my bone marrow. So after consulting with 3 different oncologists, it was up to me to either have treatment or wait because it was a slow growing, low grade cancer. I decided to wait because I was told that it wouldn't affect survival. So I decided to wait, and my husband did a lot of research and he came up with a natural plan for me. And I just started things like turmeric and exercising, eating less fat and all that. And
just to cut you a little bit, I know I want to cut you. If I am not sure, weren't you in some paralegal or legal career?
I was
at
a
one
legal
point in
assistant.
Huh?
Yes. I was a legal assistant up until about 2000. We started the business in 1997, but I worked that after my other job. So yes, I was a legal assistant for many, many, many years.
That's what I remember. I remember a couple of times when we met here in South Florida. You did.
Yes.
You were in that legal, because you just mentioned that. I know most of your family members are in the medical field, and I always remember you were in the legal field because not many people were in the legal field. Everyone were all about doctor and nursing.
Correct.
And you shined out in being that legal personality. So
yes,
we spoke.
I did that for a long time.
Yeah, we spoke about the business in the first segment, but now good. Okay, interesting. So you had already given up that field and were in business when this cancer whole thing happened. Okay, go ahead again.
Yes. So I was lucky enough that in 6 months the cancer was gone. So they, followed me for a while, and I just continued on with my life, living my life, working hard, taking care of our children, making sure that my mom and dad were okay. And you plan your life, but we always say Allah knows best, right?
Yeah.
We can plan, but He's the greatest planner. And in 2011, my brother, I may get emotional, so pardon me. I get a call. My brother, he was my only sibling, he was an OBGYN that devoted his life to service in Arizona. He served the underserved communities in poor Arizona. I got a sudden call. He was healthy, strong, athletic, everything. And we get a call that he passed away of a massive heart attack. We have a large family, and no one's died of a heart attack. No one have had lymphoma. And Maulana, you performed, we had his janaza at Darul Uloom, actually.
Yes. I remember. Wow, subhanallah.
Yeah, so in 2011, that happened, and that broke us because, again, you're told to eat healthy, be active, all these things, and you get a call like this, one that you never imagined you would have. He was 42 years old. So I went to he was in Arizona. We went to services in Arizona that his friends and colleagues had. And I mean, there were thousands of people showed up to this guy who he never talked about what he did and how he impacted people. So my husband and I came back and said, we have to carry on his work. And we started a nonprofit organization where we were helping women who needed prenatal care. We were paying for their prenatal care because there's a segment of the population that they're not poor enough to get Medicaid and they're not rich enough to afford insurance. So there's that gap where they're left in the middle. So we were helping with the organization he works with to fund these women up until they go and deliver at the hospital. So we did that, and living our life again, trying to, support our family and do what was right for our family. And in 2015, I went for my normal mammogram and ultrasound. Everything was fine. Radiologist said, see you in a year. And I was very timely in doing my self-breast exam. And in 2016, I was doing my self-breast exam when I normally do. It was a Sunday morning. And I felt something that felt like a muscle. It didn't feel like a pea or what they tell you to look for. And I'm like, oh, I'm working out, I'm building muscle. Maybe I'm feeling a muscle now that I've never felt before. So my husband felt it as well. And we decided I'm going to go to a breast doctor to have it checked out. I went to my doctor and he said, I don't think it's anything, but let's have a mammo and ultrasound done. Sure. I go, I have the mammo and ultrasound done, and report comes back, highly suspicious of malignancy.
Whoa.
Again, you're knocked to your knees. You say lightning doesn't strike more than, once in one place. Well, for me, it struck twice.
Yeah.
And what do you do now? But one thing though, I was never scared. I knew I was going to beat this. You gain this strength. And I don't know if I gained the strength to get through it because of my parents, my children, my husband. But here we are going through something like this again. I went to Memorial and they were amazing. They treated me like I was a human being. They didn't treat me like I was a chart number. And everything happened. And I'm one of those people like, we got to do it. Let's do it. And at that time I was running my business and I worked 16-hour days. Yes. So now we have to figure out, what are we going to do? So we did bring somebody in temporarily to help me, but I worked every single day. So I was told,
I must say that I remember when I came to South Florida here 30 years ago. I mean, your family members, cousins, relatives were really, really, very, very outstanding in the community. As people with a unique ambition, all becoming in this medical field and very professional. Especially you, a very dynamic personality. I remember.
Thank you.
Always outgoing.
Thank you.
That's where the law and the legal thing came to my mind. And when you were talking, I remembered somewhere down the road that you were in that legal profession. So I used to think that you were a lawyer. And you did everything in the legal aspect. When you're a legal assistant, technically you do all the law work.
It's funny. Everybody who knows me always have said to me, "You should become a lawyer."
Yeah, because you were always very outspoken. You were very dynamic in the community. I mean, your brother being a gynecologist, and all the cousins, and now you're going through this experience. That is really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what
So,
happened after that? Yeah.
So, it was confirmed. They did a biopsy, and I remember sitting in a room with two chairs. The radiologist comes in and says, "It's confirmed. You have breast cancer. It was stage 2. It was an aggressive form of breast cancer. And, then what? You don't know the questions to ask. Who teaches you? Who tells you what to ask?" Luckily, like you said, I had these medical people. My brother wasn't here, but I have cousins and uncles and friends and all this stuff that people just kind of pitched in and helped me to navigate the questions and what next. But I knew all along when I was diagnosed, I was going to have a bilateral mastectomy, because I looked at, my breast is trying to kill me. So that was a decision that was made from day one, from diagnosis. I had my appointment with the breast doctor at Memorial. I'll never forget Dr. Heather Wright. Her blue eyes just was the most soothing things that, made me feel so comfortable and so confident that, we were going to get through this. And she talked to me and I learned about, the kinds of breast cancer you can get, estrogen, progesterone, and there was one that's HER2. It's a gene that 20 years ago, they had no cure for this. And now they have, they have something that melts it away in most of the patients. So today, I'm a survivor because of this doctor who discovered a treatment for this specific type of cancer that I had.
That is interesting. You know what? I think we got to go on a short break, and we got to come back and get into this. This is so interesting, so interesting. I suppose this is what will lead us on to what made you be the chairperson of the Pink Angels of Memorial, and how you helped people, and your guys are still helping people. And how do you help people and assist people with cancer? Because I'm amazed of that whole new mechanism of melting away this cancer. I mean, just for words that can be very, very, very calm and soothing for someone. Otherwise, when they hear all the deep, heavy terminology, that gets very frustrating. So, to our viewers out there, stay tuned when we come back. When we come back, inshallah, we're going to be talking to Sister Shamena and how she got into this whole new organization. She's the chairperson for it, an organization that helps people who got cancer, and how you can benefit and how we can all benefit from her experience and her lessons that she learned with the cancer experience that she had. Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll continue that conversation, inshallah. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah gives hikmat, wisdom, to whomsoever He wills. And whomsoever is given wisdom is certainly given a lot of good. Only the people of understanding will benefit from the reminder. Tune in to alhikmattv for khutbahs, lectures, and Islamic reminders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
In the Quran, in chapter 5, verse 67, Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa illam taf'al, fama balagta risalatahu. Very deep. Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread the message of the Quran. And he told the Prophet, and if you do not spread the message, you did not fulfill the mission of the messenger. So you and I are followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we can afford one Quran, help us join in distributing the Quran. So if you can't afford one Quran, do it. $3. 10 Quran, $30. 100 Quran, $300.
Alhikmat Services Florida USA invites you to join our tour from Miami to Turkey to Medina and Mecca plus Umrah and Ramadan, which is equivalent to the blessings of Hajj. It will be from March 1st, 2024 to March 14th, 2024, led by Shaikh Shafayat. Cost per person is double for $37.50, triple for $36.50, and quad for $35.50. This includes airfare, hotels, transportation, as well as breakfast and dinner plus tours. It will be 5 nights in Turkey, 3 nights in Medina, and 3 nights in Mecca, but the cost of visas are not included. You will be visiting historic sites of Artul and Osman plus the Ottoman Empire, as well as visiting the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, Topkapi Palace, plus many more sacred sites. For more information, please contact Alhikmat office at 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158. You can also email at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. Once more, it is a pleasure, it's a blessing to have with us on today's show Sister Shamena Khan, who is the chairperson of the Pink Angels of Memorial. So welcome back to the show, Sister Shamena.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So tell us now all about what made you. Well, we know it's because of that cancer experience and Allah blessing you to get over it. So how did this whole organization came into being, the Pink Angels of Memorial? And I want to repeat for our viewers out there that you are surrounded by many cousins and relatives who are in the medical field, who are in, almost every hospital here in South Florida. You got a relative or a cousin or someone who happens to be working. I know that. I know your family is very, very much involved in the medical field, and Allah bless you for that. So tell us here now.
Thank you. So after the diagnosis, I had to go through chemo. I had 4 different drugs that I had to do every 3 weeks for 6 treatment. And then there was one drug, and it's called Herceptin. It's an immunotherapy drug that a Dr. Slayman actually discovered that was, it targeted the type of breast cancer that I had. And so after, the 6 chemo treatment, I had to continue that every 3 weeks for a year. During that time, I had my bilateral mastectomy. I had, the implants. I had a reconstructive surgery, and I continued on for a year with this one drug. It's an immunotherapy drug called Herceptin, and then I opted to go on a study drug for another year. Okay, and I just wanted to make sure I did everything possible. I didn't have to. It wasn't mandatory. My doctor said, my oncologist at the time said, you can go on it or not. It's up to you. I decided that I didn't want to live with the what if I had done, if it ever reared its ugly head again. So I decided to go on it. But during that time, I started to go to these events that the Pink Angels would have, and realized quickly that I could contribute in a positive way to not only the organization, but also to the patients who are going through breast cancer. I joined the organization in 2017, between 2017 and 2018, and quickly became the sponsorship chair, where, we raise funds. And what the Pink Angels do is raise funds to fund programs at the hospital in the Memorial Healthcare System. We fund programs like image recovery. We help provide wigs, lymphedema sleeves, prosthetics. We have an SOS fund that helps women who cannot afford to pay their rent, their utilities, their car payment, groceries. We help women who are in childbearing years. We help them to retrieve their eggs and store it so that after they go through chemo, they can have viable eggs if they want to start a family. We also fund like transportation assistance. We just promised $500,000 to the New Cancer Institute that's being opened in December. It's on Pembroke Pines Boulevard and Flamingo Road. And what we're doing is helping the programs, helping to fund programs there on the breast center. And it was a naming opportunity for us And also the money goes towards helping, things like mobile kitchen to help to do diet classes or cooking classes. And we have yoga, we have just integrative medicine. So we're helping fund programs to help the patients who are going through this horrible diagnosis called
So
breast cancer.
just to cut you a little bit here, Sister Shamena. This seems to be a very, very powerful organization. The Pink Angels are really angels out there who are helping people in a great way. So, number one, I realized in your conversation that people who are cancer patients, you help them in different areas because
So they're breast cancer patients.
breast cancer patients. Okay,
Yes.
nice. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's one. Number two, what about people who are from a foreign country, international people? Because our program is viewed by people all over the world, worldwide, and someone will be listening to this program here and your show and your talk and will be wondering if they come to America, can they, or how can they get some kind of advice, consultation, or what can they get from you all? I'm assuming that yes, you will be limited based on health insurance and residency and citizenship. But what kind of can a foreign person get after looking at this show and wanted to give you a call as the chairperson of the Pink Angels of Memorial? Tell us.
So great question, actually. What I do, and I'm going to speak about what I do, and then I'll tell you what the Pink Angel does. I speak to all cancer patients, not only breast. So I right now am speaking to someone in Paris who's going through lymphoma and who's going through treatment. And what I try to do is to be there to help them ask the questions that they need to ask. People often say, if you have any questions, ask. But if you don't know the questions you need to ask, how do you start? Where do you start? So I have had people who reach out to me. I will never give medical advice, never. But there are some benign things that we can do that are coconut oil for oil pulling to prevent sores in your mouth when you're going through chemo. Things you can put on your body, like, Aquaphor. Talking about the positive mindset, talking about, staying hydrated so that you don't end up in the hospital dehydrated. Things that are common sense things that you never think are available to you. So for the people who live abroad and you're listening to this, you have people in the world that you can reach out to. You're not alone in this journey. No matter what cancer you're going through, I can be there for you. I know people who can be there for you. What the Pink Angels do is so impactful to the people who are being treated within the Memorial Healthcare system. If you're in Florida being treated and you go into the Memorial Healthcare system, you can get help. We can help you. We will refer you to the social services. They will go through and see where they can help, where the Pink Angels that can help, where the American Cancer Society that can help. There's funds out there that just people don't know about. But when you go to the hospital and ask, when you go to social services and ask, they can direct you to the places you need. You're not alone in this. So many of us don't know that programs are available. And even aside from the Pink Angels, there's so many cancer organizations. There's so many different amazing breast cancer organizations out there. So when you come to this one place and ask, you'll be able to be guided to the places you need to go to get help.
That's an important point there, Sister Shamena. Yeah. So I suppose if someone is living in wherever they're living in their country and they contact you or the Pink Angels or definitely someone from your organization, they may be able to get questions from you that they can ask their healthcare system there or their doctors, because sometimes people get run around and they're just told this, that, and the other. So if they talk to people like you here in America, they can get the right questions to ask their healthcare givers in their country. Why this? Why not this? When this? Whatever. So that can help them also. I mean, this is interesting because I mean, you got the experience, you, and then you said you have experience with other organizations who are linked to services. So what about someone who had the breast cancer and just got over it a couple of weeks or whatever, and they need to talk to someone to find out what next, or what to expect, what not to expect?
You know, and that's the thing. I know for me, I'm here for anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you live. You know, I have been, and this is what I've committed to, because if I can help one person navigate this, then I've done my job. And it's such a difficult time to navigate through any cancer, because you're thinking, I have to fight for my life, but you don't know where to start. You don't know after you're done where to go. So there's so many, and I don't know about the other countries, but there's so many different support services here. And I try to be accessible, not because I have anything to gain, but because I choose to help. You know, so we help through the Pink Angels, and we have some incredible women. Most of, you know, about, I would say 85 to 90% of us are actual breast cancer survivors. And then we have some women who volunteer as advocates because they know somebody or know somebody who hasn't been affected. I mean, who in this world hasn't been affected by cancer?
Yeah,
everyone, I think, has been touched in some way.
Somebody, whatever. So tell me something, as we getting down to time here, we just got about 2 or 3 minutes again to conclude the program. So how old is, how many years now has the Pink Angels organization been in existence?
Since 2009.
Okay.
The women who started it were breast cancer patients. So the Pink Angels is it's a memorial foundation, and the Pink Angels, we basically, we're always told we're the most prolific check writers in the foundation. So all of us are volunteers, and it's been around since 2009, and it was started by breast cancer survivors.
No, that is interesting because, I mean, been there, done that, have the real experience of breast cancer, have that feelings, you know how people felt, how people feel, how people will feel. So you guys are living examples, and I mean, I'm amazed the kind of services you all offer, and that's why I'm saying this. So I suppose people who would like to communicate and contact you all, they just gotta Google the Pink Angels of Memorial, and they would
or Shamena
Shamena Khan.
Shamena Khan, yeah.
Yes, so they can contact us here at the Alhikmat office, and we'll direct them to you if they don't remember or don't know how to get you.
Absolutely, because it's really hard to have the contact through the Pink Angels unless you're being treated in the Memorial Healthcare System. But, you know, I'm here for any of you who are walking this journey. You're not alone.
I really appreciate that, and I think this is really nice. It's a blessing to have had you on this program, because our viewers out there would really benefit a lot. I'm sure people go through sleepless nights because they don't know what to think, they don't know how to think, they don't know what questions to ask. They hear so many different things, they read so many different things online, but you all are real and you are true and you are out there, and you can answer those questions to give people that comfort and peace of mind. Allah bless you very much, Sister Shamena. I think this is unique. One more question I had. So how is Pink Angels connected to or not to Memorial Hospital?
It's part of the Memorial Foundation. So it's under the umbrella of the entire Memorial Foundation. So they have things like the Diamond Angels. They raise funds to help with the Joe DiMaggio Hospital. You have things like Pink Angels who help with breast cancer. And then they have, you know, the Memorial Cancer Institute that help with all the other cancers. So I'm often asked, well, why don't you guys do for other cancers? But, you know, now I'm affected by ovarian cancer because my mom was diagnosed last year. and she's being treated for ovarian cancer. No genetic predisposition. Again. So I'm being tested again, Maulana,
Wow.
but thankfully now I'm more knowledgeable with navigating through the system to help my mom go through
Subhanallah.
ovarian cancer.
I know.
So the least we can do as human beings is just to be there for each other, show some empathy, compassion, and kindness, and help others navigate through this. Some people choose to retreat, but I choose to be out there and help.
May Allah bless you. I mean, I would want to say that Allah has chosen you. Many, as I said, many are called and few are chosen. And Allah has chosen you so that you could do what is called this kind of special, unique service for humanity. And sometimes when you're chosen, you go through test. That's why most of our prophets, they were all chosen people as messengers of Allah, messengers of God, but they were all tested and tried in their own little way, which made them a stronger people, and makes us a better people by looking at their lessons and their examples. And I really wanted to concrete that part of the connection with Pink Angels and Memorial, which really authorizes where your strength comes from and how you all can really help people. I wanted our viewers out there to hear that by you being part of the foundation of the Memorial Foundation here in South Florida, you are definitely able to help people connect with the medical services that are available here by the Memorial Hospital and other healthcare system. Well, we have crossed our limit on time, Sister Shamena. It's really a blessing to have you. I'd love you to come back on and talk on some other area or some other special services that you all offer there at the Pink Angels of Memorial. But whatever you would like to say in the next couple of seconds, just say to our viewers so we can conclude the show, inshallah.
To everyone out there, you are your best advocate for everything. To the women out there, please make sure that you get checked timely. Find out if you have cystic breast or fibrocystic breast, so that you could do ultrasound and mammogram. But please make sure you do your self breast exam. Teach your daughters to do their self breast exam. Go get timely checkup and know your body. And that goes for men too. Get your prostate exams, get your checkups, and make sure that you do it in a timely manner. And these things are curable, or at least treatable. People don't need to wait till last minute and hope it's going to go away. Get it checked, get it treated, and be your best advocate, because that's what you are.
Thank you very
Assalamu
much.
alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Thank you very much, Sister Shamena Khan. And to our viewers out there, we're very, very blessed to have Sister Shamena Khan with us in today's show. She's the chairperson, the president of the Pink Angels of Memorial, a very powerful and dynamic organization here in South Florida that offers services and assistance to people who have breast cancer. And please benefit from the opportunities, some of the services that they have to offer. So it's always a pleasure to have you as viewers on Alhikmat TV. Always stay tuned to Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. And we say a special Jazakallah and thanks to Sister Shamena Khan for taking the time to be with us on today's program, inshallah. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Get everything you need at Fenn's Agri Center and Hardware Superstore, located at 243 Southern Main Road, Marabella. We carry a wide selection of hardware and agri products. Visit us in-store or call 650-3367.
Alhikmat Services Florida USA invites you to join our tour from Miami to Turkey to Medina and Mecca plus Umrah and Ramadan, which is equivalent to the blessings of Hajj. It will be from March 1st, 2024 to March 14th, 2024, led by Shaikh Shafayat. Cost per person is double for $37.50, triple for $36.50, and quad for $35.50. This includes airfare, hotels, transportation, as well as breakfast and dinner plus tours. It will be 5 nights in Turkey, 3 nights in Medina, and 3 nights in Mecca, but the cost of visas are not included. You will be visiting historic sites of Artul and Osman plus the Ottoman Empire, as well as visiting the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, Topkapi Palace, plus many more sacred sites. For more information, please contact Alhikmat office at 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158. You can also email at alhikmat@alhikmat.com. Casa Nouveau Investments in Guyana. Sharia Bacchus, CEO of Casa Nouveau Investments. Brokering of sales and rentals, commercial properties, industrial properties, residential properties, and land. Property management, property development, interior design, and real estate investment consultancy. For more information, please call at 954-326-9537 or 592-643-5948. You can also email at shariabacchus3@gmail.com. Dawah and Interfaith Institute presents for the first time in USA Dawah and Interfaith training with education in world religions from religious professors and spiritual leaders of different faiths. This is a 6-month weekend course designed for brothers and sisters local, national, and international who are seeking to learn the importance of Dawah and better understanding of faith and cultures. For more information, please contact 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158. You can also contact via email at alhikmat@alhikmat.com or visit our website www.alhikmat.com. Linda M. Kaplan, PA, an immigration law firm. Over 40 years of legal services in immigration and naturalization matters. Contact her at 305-670-7665. Once again, 305-670-7665, or email her at lk@lindakaplan.com or visit her website lindakaplan.com. You can also contact for more details the Alhikmat office at 954-986-0158 or 1-800-804-0267. You can also reach out to them via email at alhikmat@alhikmat.com, the website www.alhikmat.com, and visit the Alhikmat TV www.alhikmattv.com. Alhamdulillah, for free copies of the Holy Quran, contact Alhikmat Caribbean office at 1-868-325-8276. You can also follow us on Alhikmat TV, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. For more information, you can also contact Alhikmat's Florida USA office. You can visit our website at www.alhikmat.com or call us at 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158.
Allah, ya Allah.